The hell are you supposed to be? I'm vengeance.
I'm Vengeance, guys. What's up? AWA Air Order. It's Sunday, November 12th, 2023. Week 10 of NFL. Yes, it's not a football stream, but I just had to say that. I'm sorry. Well, welcome to Let's Talk Pop 54, episode 54. We're gonna start doing more pop episodes during the week now, since the strike's over and news is probably gonna come out. A rave of news, a flurry of news. But yeah, welcome to Let's Talk Pop 54. If you're new here, please subscribe. Please subscribe if you're new here for checking out my channel for the first time. Go check out my videos or live streams. If anything catch your eye, please check that out. What I do on this channel, I talk about, movies, TV shows, video games, comic books, and anything. And sometimes I just like to talk about certain topics. This is a series called Let's Talk Pop. It's mostly about entertainment news that involves stuff I just mentioned, and reviews and spoiler reviews for TV shows and movies. Spoiler reviews. I do a non-spoiler review for movies and TV shows, mostly movies, as in video, to let you all know. For your newbies or check out this channel for the first time. Once you subscribe, and everybody who's else to subscribe, do me a favor, smash the like button down below. It really would help out. Yes, this Coke is right in front of my camera. Yes, so do that for me. And then finally, help my channel grow as much as possible. Share it all on your social media platforms. It doesn't matter which platform you use. It just help me out. X, Blue Sky, you have it. Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram. I guess you could say Threads, but I haven't been on Threads in a long time. Or if you don't, word of mouth, please. Friends, colleagues, family members, whatever way you're able to help me share this channel out and get as big, so that I could entertain you as much as possible and help you enjoy your day going forward and have fun with it. Okay. So yeah, thank you all for joining me. And this is Let's Talk Pop episode 54. Like I said, 54th episode is in my list. I haven't made a list for it, a playlist. Go check out all the other previous episodes on the 53 if you want. Don't really need to. But in this episode, we are going to talk about two major Marvel MCU related content that was just released this Thursday and weekend, and they are the Marvels, the sequel to Captain Marvel, and the Loki series finales. Yes, it's a series finale to Loki. There won't be a season 3 and so on. So it's a series finale. We'll be talking about that. Hey, George. And so we're gonna be talking about these two, of course, and I'm going to talk a little about Marvel moving forward with moving other movies back besides Deadpool all the way to the year after 2025. I have my little paranoia, my little conspiracy theorist hat. I don't have imaginary conspiracy hat that I think to try to sabotage DC. But what do I know? But yeah, so if you saw my non-spoiler review in the Marvels, you could tell I did not like it, and I'll be inviting people on very soon. Okay, I did not like the movie. No, look, I didn't hate the movie. It's a horrible movie, but I did not hate it. I don't hate movies. I don't go out my way and say I hate this movie. Man, I don't hate this movie. I don't hate movies. Okay, I don't do that. I'll say it's a bad movie, a terrible movie, but I won't hate a movie. I will say I'll never say I hate a movie. Hate is just something that it's not healthy. Personally, it's not a healthy word. Hate. Okay. Okay, I did like the movie. Okay, as I said in my spoiler review, this character right here. This is the villain, Darben, Funko Pop. Bad villain, terrible villain. One of the worst MCU villains. There's nothing to her, really. The chemistry between the three Marvels was fine. That chemistry was fine. Worked, but I felt like I could have gotten more. Okay. I felt like there should have been more, especially between Monica and Carol. There should have been more. It should have been more. Or their other relationship. I thought like they could expand it on a little bit, that relationship. The Miss Marvel chemistry with the two is fine. Miss Marvel is fine. Sometimes Miss Marvel gets on my nerves. It's an annoying character, but I understand she's a teenager. She's decided to be with her idol, Captain Marvel. So I get it. I get why. I get it. She's a teenager. Okay. Okay. So I get it. Okay. The plot, everything else was a mess. The plot was not that hard to figure out. It was a simple plot. The simple plot was simple. Her motivation, Dark Bar, was to to steal the resources from planets that have excess amount of resources and restore Halal to its glory where there's eternal darkness, there's no water, there's a drought, there's all this other stuff. I understand her motivation. She had a right. The problem is she was just like really, really boring and had no like. I'm gonna say this: the actress Zoe Ashton, I think is her name. I don't know. It looks like she didn't want to be in the film. Okay. It just looked like she did not want to be in the film. She signed up for this. She saw the money. She read the script. It's like not a good script, but I'm getting good money. Felt like, yeah, I'm getting good money. I might as well just do it. But it felt like she did not want to be in the film. Okay. Now that's her. Okay. And George is right. The main characters suck. The story, I agree with George. I saw his little tweet. I saw his DM in one of my group chats about the movie. I kind of, you know what? It is a big mess of a movie in terms of plot, story, everything. I felt it was kind of rushed. I know this is the shortest MCU movie ever, right? This is the shortest Marvel movie in MCU studios. Not the shortest Marvel movie in general. If you count all the other Marvel stuff, it's not MCU related. Like Morbius is an hour and a half. I guess you could count that as a Marvel related thing. But this is the shortest MCU movie, hour and 40 minutes. And I felt, I know a lot of people like to say, you know what, some Marvel movies need to be cutting down in time, right? Need to cut down in time. Sometimes they're like, this is too long. This movie needed to be dragged out a little bit more. This movie needed to be longer than an hour and 40 minutes. Okay. Now the CGI in some scenes, the VFX was not good. A couple months ago when we saw the first trailer and you saw Carol with the cat on her shoulder flying through, flying over top like of the planet, looks at the surface. You can see the surface, but you see the VFX. Looks like a Photoshop picture. Photoshop Captain Marvel instead of the actual movie, Captain Marvel from the movie. That's in this film, and that's in the film. That exact shot we saw in the trailer a couple months ago, and I kind of joked around with. I used because I did save the picture a couple times. That actual shot was in the film. I mean, the actual shot was in the film, obviously, but the look of the shot was actually in the film. That was bad. Okay. Okay. Now, a lot of people hate Captain Marvel from the first film, saying that because of her personality, she has no personality. She's always not smiling. All of this. She's not like that in this movie. I'll tell you that. Okay, the positives of this movie. I'll say this because there are positives. Everything else is negative. There are positives, like the chemistry between the three women is good, but Captain Marvel, herself, Brie Larson, Carol Danvers, she's not like the first movie. In this movie, she's more likable. She jokes around a bit. She cares more. She's just overall more likable. Okay, in this film. Okay, I'm gonna bring on George. George, I'm gonna bring on you first. Okay, because I know you just saw it. I'm looking for you, man. I'm looking for you. Here you go, George. Okay. So I'll say that she's more likable in this film. Now, I was one of the few defending her in Captain Marvel, right? The way she is, because in my point of view, she was manipulated by the Kree as a soldier, right? And soldiers, most of the time, soldiers are taught to be, don't take your time. Soldiers are most of the time to be stern, serious, not joking like, right? Right? Especially Kree soldiers. That's how their Kree soldiers are taught to be like that. Take everything serious, right? But you see bit of Endgame in particular, she opened up a bit, right? She joked around a bit. She had a little bit of sense of humor. In this film, her personality comes out. We finally see what Carol Danvers from the comics is like on the MCU. Okay, that she has a character to her that people had issue with in the first film. That's a positive. Okay, that's a positive. I'll say that because there are positives. Kamala Khan, I'll say this: Kamala Khan was okay in this film, in my opinion. She's still the same as for Miss Marvel, but there's some little growth development here. Cap Photon, who is not really named Photon in this film, despite merchandise having the name Photon. She was fine in this film. There's a little character development, but the relationship you hear in Captain Marvel is explored, but I felt like it had been explored even more. That's one of my problems with this film. George, you could chime in with this. My problem with this film needed to be a little longer. What do you think about that?
Oh, what were you saying? Because I was getting set up, so I didn't get a chance to hear.
What I was saying was, I don't know if you listen. I'm pretty sure you listen. I felt like this film, like how sometimes we complain about MCU films being too long, right? Like the general audience.
Yeah.
This film was too short. That's my opinion.
The thing is, this is the weird thing about Phase 4 and Phase 5 movies. They're either very long or they're very short. There's really no in between. It feels like there's only been a few that I feel like had the correct runtime, and that was Shang-Chi, No Way Home, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. It's either a movie's too long, I like that movie, but it should not have been 2 hours and 40 minutes long. Eternals was too long. Then you got Doctor Strange, and I liked Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, but that probably could have been longer. Thor: Love and Thunder probably could have been longer. This is a movie that should have been 2 hours long, in my opinion.
Yes.
Like the thing is, there are less than 2 hour comic book movies, and there are less than 2 hour comic book movies that have multiple characters. The first X-Men, the first Deadpool, but those were the first in a franchise. That was the first Deadpool movie. That was the first X-Men movie. This is the Marvels. A lot has happened since, we've last seen some of these characters. For some of them, it's like their first time interacting with certain characters. I mean, you have the thing is, this movie is a bunch of good ideas that were not executed well, in my opinion. Yeah. For example, the Monica Carol thing. I liked when the movie was exploring that, but they didn't do it enough.
Yes.
Same thing with like when the characters are bonding, because I 100% agree with you. Brie Larson was a lot better in this movie. I liked Captain Marvel a lot in this movie.
Total different character from the first movie. Total opposite.
No, like this is what I think Captain Marvel should have been from the beginning. And I'm not just talking about the first movie. She's less condescending in this movie than Avengers Endgame. It's like this is what Captain Marvel should be, a compassionate, strong hero who, has that sympathy, who has that care, but is also a strong character. You're not taking away her.
She catches
and the thing is, Brie Larson can be a funny actress. If you've seen Scott Pilgrim versus the World, she is hilarious in that movie. The thing is, this movie, the one thing they did right in this movie was they utilized Brie Larson's comedic side, and they did it so well.
We'll get to
kind of similar to how Thor Ragnarok did well with Chris Hemsworth's comedic side. This one, they did the same thing with Brie Larson. They utilized her comedic side so well. I came out of this movie saying, you know what? I liked all three of these heroes, but the movie still frustrated me because this had a chuckle of good ideas that were just not either explored enough, executed well. You could have dedicated an extra 5 to 10 minutes showing these characters growing closer. You could have dedicated another 5 to 10 minutes, on the villain.
Oh yeah,
like the villain. I'm sorry, people give Malekith a lot of crap. I feel like Malekith was a better developed villain in Thor: The Dark World than the villain in here. I was like, this is basically junior. This is like a junior varsity Ronan the Accuser. That's not even as strong as Ronan the Accuser.
It looked like here's the thing. Played who Dar-Ben did not want to be there.
Like, here's the thing. I love the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, but I'll be honest, Ronan is not my favorite Marvel villain. But having said that, you felt like Ronan was still an opposing figure. You still felt like, yeah, this guy's terrifying. He's gonna kill people. He's gonna try to kill a bunch of people. Even if the performance isn't the best, he's still a big threat to the Guardians. This character, like, I feel like Iron Man can take on this character. Like, I feel like like I'm sorry, this character was not that this villain was not that opposing. And the thing is, this was another waste because the villain had a motivation for why.
It's not a bad motivation.
Yeah, the motivation had potential, but it just was not executed. That's what it was. Yeah. It was potential that just was not executed well. I'm not saying everything wasn't executed well, but that right there was a big misfire. And look, I didn't care for Jude Law's character in the first Captain Marvel, but listen, this movie, it's so weird. It improved on some things from the first Captain Marvel movie, making Captain Marvel a better character, having a more colorful, funny tone. But then the first Captain Marvel still had better action. It still had a good length runtime.
I'll say the action
was better in the first movie.
The action in this film was the best at the beginning. The action the beginning was good, but when they went to that planet, the water, and the final fight, the action was not good.
Yeah, and the other thing is, it's like the first Captain Marvel, it wasn't that enjoyable, but the serious stuff was handled well. While in this movie, the serious stuff kind of just got rushed. It's like I'm not trying to skip ahead to the ending, but it's like the ending should have been more emotional than it ended up being. I was like, this should have been as emotional or almost as emotional as some of the ending to some of these other Marvel movies we've gotten post Endgame, because we've gotten some emotional endings, but this, it just didn't feel that. It's like I wanted to be emotional because I liked the characters, but it just felt so rushed. We didn't get enough time to even process it. That was the problem. It wasn't the fact that we didn't care for the characters, because I did, but it just got so rushed.
Yes,
that's what it is. It's a rushed movie that probably should have slowed down. And look, I was rewatching the first Captain Marvel last weekend, and it felt slow at times. But you know what? This movie could have been slowed down. Should have been.
You know what? What's strange about that movie is that when they kept transferring, they kept transferring powers, right? Each of the Marvels, right? Every time they use the powers, it's so funny when Monica transfers her power into Kamala Khan, right? They kind of teleport each other, replace each other. So then you have Monica there, and then again she Kamala Khan comes back to her house, and all of a sudden, like 2 minutes later, you see Monica Rambeau arrive with Nick Fury. Like 2 minutes later, I'm like, how did he get to their house so quickly?
Yeah, it's like that's the thing. Things just felt so rushed. And the thing is, at the beginning, it's just
Did they?
I like.
Did
Did they just want
Did they
this
explain
movie?
how the bangle, George? How did he explain how Kamala Khan's bangle? Right? Did he explain how that got to Earth?
They didn't really.
I don't remember either. That's a good question. Did they explain how they got to Earth? Are you there, George?
Yeah, I'm still there.
Okay. Okay. Like, I would like to know how the other bangle, the one that obviously Darth Banner was looking for, got to Earth, and they didn't really explain how. Like, maybe they decree arrive on Earth years, millennium ago or centuries ago at one point. Like, how explain how it got that bangle got to Earth. Please explain. But I don't think they did. They didn't explain how it got to Earth.
It just felt like things were very convenient at times. And look, I'm not going to say this is the worst MCU movie because I'll be honest, I actually enjoyed this more than Quantumanium and Thor: Love and Thunder. The first Captain Marvel, not the first Thor, the Thor: The Dark World, maybe Iron Man 2. I got to rewatch Iron Man 2 because I have a love-hate thing with that movie. But it's like, but still, the thing is that this actually had potential to be a better movie. That's the frustrating thing. This had a lot of potential, and it just felt like wasted potential at times. Now, I'll be honest, I would rewatch this over the first Captain Marvel, just because because Captain Marvel's a way better character, and there were a lot more enjoyable moments.
I feel like they have something with Captain Marvel here going forward in the MCU, like something they could build upon. I know the movie's not doing very well financially and reception wise, right? It's got a B cinema score, and money is obviously they're not getting money, but I think they did a good job of making Captain Marvel likable.
Yes, and I'm worried that they're not that Brie Larson's going to feel like she's pushed out of the role, or they're not going to use this character anymore. But the thing is, like, they found a way to tie this character into the multiverse saga because of what happened. So it's like, obviously this character is definitely going to probably still be in Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars.
Probably, for sure.
And the thing is, it's like
she's not leaving, like the report says.
And the thing is, this is the Captain Marvel that I wouldn't mind being a face of the MCU, because I know they wanted to make her the face of the MCU, but due to the reception that she had gotten, I think they didn't want to make her.
Yes, but now, well, a lot of people are not seeing. Like, it's unfortunate because look, the movie's not great. It's not great. It's not a good movie.
And the thing is, next week,
but they did Captain Marvel good.
But and the thing is, with the box office, next weekend the Hunger Games comes out, and look, I know Hunger Games movies don't make a large ton of money, but they tend to make a lot of money. And if there's a good word of mouth with this film, which right now the only complaint I'm hearing about is the runtime, because this is like the longest Hunger Games movie. But outside of that, like there's been a positive word of mouth for this movie so far.
I heard so, yes.
So, and it's still a popular franchise, the Hunger Games. So I'm not saying Hunger Games is going to make more money, but Hunger Games is probably going to.
I do think it's going to make more money.
I think so too. I don't want to be so certain, because I know that this isn't like Katniss, Peeta, and Haymitch. This is like a prequel. But still, Hunger Games is still a popular brand, and if it's as good as the word of mouth is saying, even with the long runtime, I think it's probably going to do very well, and it's going to cut into the Marvel's box office. And I think the Marvel should be glad that Dune got delayed, because I think Dune could have also
would have destroyed it.
Would have digging in. Like, I know the first Dune didn't make a ton of money, but it still did very well.
No,
and
yeah.
Of the three movies that would have came out in November, had Dune not got delayed, Dune would have probably been the better movie of the three.
Yes. Now, like, looking at this movie, I said it was a horrible movie in my review. Looking in hindsight now, I may have overreacted just a tad bit when I made that review. Maybe I did for some clicks
I
or
wouldn't
whatever.
say it's a horrible movie. If
Yeah,
anything, it's a
kind of
movie that
overreacted.
I enjoyed, but it's so messy.
Yeah, like
It's like it's a
it's like Black
fun mess,
Adam.
but the thing is, fun doesn't mean good. You can enjoy a
Yeah,
movie, but recognize that it's not a good movie. That's plenty of movies out there. I
it's
mean,
like
it's not Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen bad, where it's so bad, but it's so
oh,
hilarious at how dumb it is.
it's how I feel Black Adam. Black Adam was not good, but it was like good and like funny though. Like at times,
I'll
like
be honest, I actually enjoyed this more than Black Adam.
yeah,
I will be honest, I feel like I enjoyed this more than Black Adam. I probably would rewatch this before Black Adam. I feel like
and
there's really no need to watch Black Adam ever
I don't
again.
like the excuses I'm hearing. Oh, why is this movie not doing well at the box office? And I'm hearing like, oh, because they didn't have a chance to promote the movie. And I'm like, so what's the excuse for the Flash and Indiana Jones? That those two movies came out before the actor strike. So just because if just because the Marvels is not doing well at the box office, the reason is, oh, because they were not allowed to promote the movie. That's BS. Because what I just said about Flash and Indy 5.
That's not it. That
Yeah.
might have that could have maybe played a role, but it's not the main reason.
No.
Here's the thing: word of mouth plays a big reason, and it's not just the word of mouth. You gotta remember, there's all these articles about the MCU. There's realistic MCU fatigue happening right now. And look, I get it. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 came out before this. It was a fantastic movie. We all consider it either a top 10, maybe top 5 MCU movie. But we also got to remember that James Gunn is not coming back to the MCU. This is
No.
so
Done.
let's be realistic. And that for many people, that's their end of the MCU. When Guardians ended, the MCU ended with them for some people as well.
Yeah.
And look,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say the MCU is doomed, because we're also coming off the Loki season 2 finale, which was a good finale. We did get Guardians this year. I think if they push their focus on Deadpool 3 for next year and like focus on that, and apparently Marvel considers it a high priority as much as Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. If they, but the thing is, even if Deadpool 3 is a great movie next year, you can't just prioritize certain stuff. You should make sure everything is good. That's what Marvel was doing before Endgame. It felt like most of the time they were focusing on making sure the movies were at least good. Because even if they weren't great, they were good. Now it's like, we get a few great stuff and then we get some mediocre stuff. We really don't have a whole lot of, it's a good movie.
It can, Degrassi, but I don't think. Like Warner Brothers, like this year, Warner Brothers, I think it worked for the Barbie and Oppenheimer. That's it. Those were the two movies where promotion really worked this year.
Barbie, Oppenheimer, that those movies had great promotion.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Mario was promoted pretty well.
And Mario too, yeah.
But I mean, those are like the top, what are those, like the top 3 highest grossing movies of the year?
Yeah.
The thing is, though, you also got to remember, they marketed the hell out of The Flash, and that movie bombed.
This movie was really marketed. The thing is, it came out today. The majority of people that saw this movie were men, but this movie was more. I'm gonna say this: comic book fans are mostly men, but this movie was more marketed towards women, teenage women, because of Kamala Khan. And this was the most PG, one of the most PG-13 comic book movies in MCU ever. There is. Did you find that?
Wait, what was the question again? Sorry, because
I found this movie to be the most PG-13 comic book movie face. Well, actually, face one of the most comic book MCU most PG-13 movies there is, because there was not a lot of swearing. I don't even know there was swearing at all, but there was
first of all, I will say this: all the trailers that were coming out before this movie in my theater were basically animated movie trailers.
Oh, you saw animated trailers? I saw.
Yeah, I
Aquaman.
got Elio. I had gotten Wish.
I got that.
Oh wait, no. The other one that I got, it wasn't animated, but it's probably gonna be a family. It's a family movie, Wonka. Like
Oh, I got
I didn't
Wonka. I got Aquaman.
I didn't get Aquaman. I didn't get Hunger Games, PG-13 movies. I didn't get those because usually I think I know. I'm trying to remember. Was it? I think with Shazam, I had gotten Hunger Games.
The trailer came out during that.
And I think I got John Wick Chapter 4.
With Shazam, but John Wick came out like around the same time as Shazam.
It came out the week after Shazam.
Oh, that makes sense. I mean, like, why not?
So, like that's the thing, like the trailers that I got with this movie were more family oriented.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, if you compare this obviously to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which handled some very serious themes, yeah, like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, way more serious movie. Even Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium felt more serious. And then Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, same thing, a very serious, dark movie.
This was more light.
This was probably the most lighthearted movie of post Endgame, because I mean, if you look at these other movies, I mean, Black Widow, I mean, let's not hold back. Those, like, that was basically a movie about people getting trafficked to turn into widows. Shang-Chi dealt with some serious family
to widows. That's so weird to say. Like
Eternals. I mean, you had a making love scene in that movie. Spider-Man: No Way Home. Man gets killed.
Really a love scene.
Forgotten. You know, some really intense violence between Green Goblin and Spider-Man. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
There were some Evil Dead things in there that could have made that movie rated R.
Thor, Love and Thunder,
that's probably the second most lighthearted movie post Endgame, Thor: Love and Thunder. But I mean, Jane Foster dealing with cancer and all that.
It's like, competing. Come on, Degrassi. They're trying to compete with DC. They're trying to sabotage DC.
I mean, I know they did touch upon a little bit about Maria Rambeau and her cancer, but it's like the Jane Foster cancer angle was still utilized more in Thor: Love and Thunder to play up for the more serious moments. So it's like, if you look at it, this is the most lighthearted movie. In fact, I'm going to be honest, this kind of felt like maybe tied with Miss Marvel, the most lighthearted post-Endgame project, because even some of the shows were darker. Most of the shows were darker than this.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, Falcon and Winter Soldier, I mean, let's be real. When John Walker's beating someone with a shield and there's blood on the shield, yeah, that was pretty dark even for the MCU at that time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just, to me, that I'm going to be honest with you. One is, I did not like the singing part.
I actually enjoyed that part.
I don't know, like... I don't know. I got on my nerves.
Well, here's the thing. At first, I thought it was going to be annoying, but when I kind of saw Monica and Kamala being like, what the hell's going on? That's when I was like, okay, this is actually funny, because the only thing is, the one thing I would have wished, I wish someone could have been like, what kind of Disney nightmare have we walked into? I would have said that if I was there. I would have been like, what? Well, I could have seen Tony Stark if Tony Stark was there saying something like that. Like, what kind of Disney World nightmare have we walked into? But I mean, Brie Larson, I love Brie Larson's singing voice, so.
Yeah, that's what he did. He utilized Brie Larson's voice singing.
I mean, that's the thing. They utilized Brie Larson very well in this movie, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it could be because I have cats. I enjoyed the Flarkin stuff. Probably a little too much.
Oh, they overdid it with all that stuff, right?
But you know what? I didn't care because I'm a cat lover, so it gets a pass from me. See, that's the thing. The stuff that I didn't think I was going to find funny, I actually found funny.
It looks like they came out brains.
Yeah, that's what I was like wondering. But then I was like, but you know what? I kind of saw it a mile away, because I was like, wait a minute. In the trailer, they were showing a bunch of Flarkins.
Yes.
And then I was like, wait a minute, these are the Flarkin eggs, aren't they?
It's pretty. It's kind of funny the way they utilized all the cats. How they had to save everybody on Saber, by by you know by putting everybody in the mouth so they can evacuate, right? Because they can't evacuate in escape pods, right? There's not enough to fit everybody, so they had the cats, but the cats do it for them. That's pretty funny. I didn't mind that. I didn't mind that, but everything the villain like
Oh my, the villain. Oh my, I have no idea what they were thinking with that villain. I honestly don't.
and like when Captain Marvel explained what happened, she's the reason why Band is after her. She took that as being intelligent. Apparently, created like a civil war in whatever it's called. I'm like, civil war
I
between
mean,
who?
to be fair, they could have easily pulled a Darren and been like, Ronan the Destroyer is still alive. He's just very
They had
discombobulated.
they had the judges, right? They had the judges,
Yeah, and it's like,
and they're just average. They're like basic henchmen. It was like, and and I don't know what the hell happened to Drew Law's character. Like, what the hell happened to his character?
I know that's another thing. It's like I said this in my review. I know we haven't addressed the setup stuff yet, but I feel like there's so many things that just have not been addressed, even from Phase 3, that we're still waiting to see be addressed. Because I was like saying to myself, you know what? I want to be excited for what's being set up, but it's like, okay, how many years are we going to actually see this? Because think about it, Doctor Strange, the post credit scene. We have no idea what Baron Mordo is up to in the current MCU timeline. When we saw him in Multiverse of Madness, it was an alternate version of him. We still have yet to see Scorpion become a villain after Spider-Man Homecoming's credit scene. When are we going to see freaking Hercules ever appear again? It's like, that's the thing. It's like there's so many unanswered questions that just keep building up and up and up.
Hercules. Sorry. What was I gonna say? Yeah, like I said, like the action in the beginning was fine. The action scenes in the beginning was fun, but then it felt like what it felt like when that whole scene when they're on that planet, right? That planet trying to stop Darban from stealing the water, right? Stealing the water from that planet. I felt like when it got from that part, they went almost not exactly, but I felt like they went straight away to confronting Dark Ben in the end. Like there's like nothing in the middle, even though there was. I don't know, like I felt like that's her name, Dark Ben. People are gonna be. That's gonna be that. I'm sorry, but that character, even her name, it's gonna be hard for people to remember that name, Dark Ben, the character. They should have done the classic Captain Marvel movie villain, Moonstone. Yeah, I thought the pacing could have been, like I said, I thought the pacing could have been better. It should have been longer.
And I actually would not have mind more time as long as the time was utilized correctly.
Yeah. This movie definitely needed to be longer.
I mean, to be fair, this is not the biggest disaster of November. I mean, the biggest disaster in November is the Los Angeles Clippers.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But like, I know this isn't sports talk, but I'm just saying, like, there have been way more disasters than this movie. I think the problem is that this movie came out at a time where the panic button has been pressed on Marvel.
Yeah.
Which the thing is, on one hand, I think there's a bit of an overreaction, but at the same time, it's also concerning what's happening with Marvel.
Like, yes.
Because Marvel is capable of being so much better. there's been flashes of Marvel being very good. Look, I'm gonna be honest. I liked the first 4 shows that we got in Phase 4. I liked WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki, and Hawkeye. Yeah, some of the finales weren't that good, but overall the shows were pretty good. I
Yeah.
liked Black Widow for what it was. I loved Shang-Chi. Eternals bored me, but I thought the first 2 acts of Eternals was fine. I loved No Way Home. I enjoyed Multiverse of Madness. I liked Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I loved Guardians, but the thing is the consistency, the up and down is the problem.
Yeah. Now, there's gonna people say this is the movie that killed Marvel. I mean, I'm like, no, Marvel's gonna keep on going.
Well, I mean, to be fair, there was a movie that soured the MCU. It came before this movie did.
Yeah, that's
It
true.
was either Thor: Love and Thunder or Quantumanium.
Yeah,
Or for some people, it was Eternals.
Yeah, they always
There's always a boogeyman MCU movie.
Yeah, and when it's not that movie that is the downfall of MCU, they wait for the next one. It's not successful to be.
And Deadpool can go either way. It's either going to be the movie that saved the MCU, or it's going to be the movie that's going to cause the MCU's downfall.
Yeah,
I think there's more pressure because it's more anticipated. There's more pressure on this. This has the same amount of pressure that No Way Home and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 has.
You know what people are anticipating for Deadpool? Let's be honest. It's because of Logan Wolverine. More than Deadpool.
True, but I mean, people still like Deadpool as a character.
Yeah, but
I mean, yeah, obviously Hugh Jackman, Wolverine. Yeah. But here's the thing: we're gonna hear this even if Deadpool 3 is one of the best MCU movies.
It's the only MCU movie next year.
But I mean, in 2025, it's gonna begin again when Brave New World comes out, and we've been hearing about the rumors about that movie being a disaster. So it's gonna be like, oh, the MCU's going downhill again. So it's like, yeah, like
Brave World Order, yeah.
Like we're gonna see, Deadpool 3. If Deadpool 3 is good, yeah, the MCU is back. It's like, yeah, you were saying this with No Way Home and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Then if Brave New World is bad, you're gonna go, the MCU stinks again. I think these talks will end if a movie that we're not anticipating surprises us. The only pleasant surprise we have gotten post Endgame has been Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Because he's a lesser-known character, and that movie is not just one of the best Phase 4 movies, it's one of the best solo movies in the MCU.
Exactly.
So it's like I feel like the MCU needs another Shang-Chi. It doesn't really need a No Way Home or Guardians. I mean, if Deadpool 3 is one of those, then that's fine. But it needs a Shang-Chi where a movie catches us off guard and is a really good movie or even great movie.
Yeah.
That's what the MCU is missing. It's missing a catch you by surprise movie like Shang-Chi, or a bigger example, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Echo
the first
surprise us with a show.
I mean, if that surprises us on the show side of things, that'll be good. But we know it's the movies that the studios are looking at. That's where all the videos are coming out on, about the movies. Echo can change things for TV, and it can maybe make us more excited for Daredevil Born Again.
Man. I mean, 2024 belongs to Sony.
Oh god, yeah, because we got Joker for DC.
We got 3 Sony movies and 1 MCU movie.
Well, I mean, let's see what else come. Well, and the thing is, it's like, well, this is a good time for some other franchises to shine. I mean, we got Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, we got Dune, we got Ghostbusters, we got Beetlejuice 2.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it's a time for other franchises to step it up.
The wise. So, have you watched Loki?
I did see the finale. I did think the finale was pretty good.
Yeah, this is one of the best shows obviously MCU has done.
I'm glad that both this show and the Marvels at least delved into the multiverse stuff, because that's what I think is lacking from this phase, or this saga in general.
So this is a series finale that you all know. This is not a season finale. The series is done. It's only two seasons. The guy kind of the show, not the showrunner, because there was no showrunner, but they said basically that it's kind of like a 2-part season, basically. Season 1 is basically part 1. Season 2 is part 2.
It doesn't really need a season 3. I mean, the way it ends for Loki it's like at this point, let the other characters start handling some of the multiverse stuff.
Yeah. It's a really, really good episode finale to a really, really good show. It's certainly better than Secret Invasion. This show is emotional. This episode was emotional. This is when Loki becomes a hero because he's always perceived as a villain. In this episode, he becomes the hero because at the end, when he literally becomes branching the timelines with his powers, the loom breaks. No matter what, the loom breaks. Right, as the one who remains said, the loom breaks. So Loki is the one who decides to become King Loki. Right? No, this is King Loki. Remember, he tried this when he tried to take over the Avengers. In Avengers.
Yeah, this isn't the Loki that started bonding with Thor in the Dark World and Ragnarok.
No. But this is him, Loki doing. This is Loki doing the right thing. Eventually, doing the right thing. And this is a good send off to Loki. Him becoming, well, basically the tree. I'll call him the tree because they are cut branches. So I'll just call him Tree Loki. Tree Loki. Groot. The one who
I am Loki.
Yeah. I am Loki. I did like the picture of him with the horns and him kind of like, the picture in my thumbnail. I did like the thumbnail picture, that one. I did like that. I like this. I laughed at the beginning when they kept trying to have Timely go to the loom. I kept laughing when Timely getting killed over and over. That loop of Timely getting killed over and over was so funny. I mean, it's so funny because he kept time splitting, right? Time splitting to fix everything, right? In the beginning, right? And that was so funny. Like he had to rush Loki. He was trying to learn on how Timely can survive this and do it to save everything, right? And he's keep learning each time. Time split, he kept learning and learning. So he had to rush each time, right? Because of how powerful the loom could get to the point of breaking, right? It was so pretty funny. It was funny that seeing Timely die over and over again. And I like Timely. I don't know. I really did like Victor Timely. I'm glad not all Kang variants are villains. Okay, I'm glad not everybody in the Kang dynasty or whatever are going to be villains. I know later on they're going to have Nathaniel Richards, but I'm glad we're going to have potentially other Kangs. They're not villains. I'm glad they did it here with Timely. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania made you think that Timely was going to be a villain, right? Like after credits, they made you think he was going to be a villain. But I like it how he wasn't. What do you think of that?
Well, yeah, because obviously because of how certain scenes were set up before the show came out, you were thinking to yourself, "Oh wait, like what's going on here?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, unfortunately, a good friend of ours, I don't know if I'm going to say his name, won't be. George knows what I'm talking about. Actually, DeGrassi knows what I'm talking about. Won't be joining us for streams and stuff anymore. He's personal stuff going on, but he definitely did have his views and opinions on this stuff. But I hope he's doing okay. Privately, we talked about it.
Yeah, Marvel. Like, here's the thing. Like, I feel like Marvel's gonna overdo it in 2025. We got 4 projects coming out.
They never released 4 projects in 1 year. Never.
No, they did that in 2021. Remember, Black Widow, Eternal, Shang-Chi, and No Way Home.
That was unfortunate, but I guess. But maybe you can excuse No Way Home, maybe because it's a Sony. Maybe a Sony.
Well, here's the thing. 2 of those movies were already filmed. They just got delayed because of COVID.
2021 was different because some of those movies were supposed to be 2020.
Yeah. So I honestly, and the thing is, like apparently, like that's the thing. I don't know like what their plan is going to be. It's like, first of all, I can see one of these movies getting delayed to 2026.
Oh, I think Forrest.
Yeah, I think Fantastic Four is probably, because we still have no idea who's going to be in this movie.
Because if they move Blade or Thunderbolts to like.
I'm gonna be honest.
Much of the castle.
I see
Wow.
Kang Dynasty not even coming out in 2026. I think it's gonna get delayed 2027 because I think Marvel's gonna want certain things to come out before Kang Dynasty because you gotta remember they're still working on the script for Tom Holland's fourth Spider-Man movie.
That's
probably
Sony thing, right? That's
yeah,
Sony.
but still, it's like they're probably gonna want that to come out before King
But they
Dynasty.
don't even have a director for that.
Yeah, like they're still writing it. I bet that movie comes out at some point in 2026. I bet they're gonna try to get a Doctor Strange 3 come out in 2026.
Yep.
But like I literally feel like they're gonna delay the King Dynasty 2027 because they want so much stuff to come out before the big event comes out. Or at the very least, it's not going to come out until November 2026, King Dynasty.
Yeah.
That's probably the earliest that film's going to come out because they're going to want to get out some extra stuff. I mean, Armor Wars probably will come out in 2026. That's supposed to still be a movie.
Yep. Yeah. Now, speculation, Young Avengers.
Oh my, yeah. Well, about time they finally start setting it up. But when are we going to realistically see this movie?
Yeah,
Hey, don't get me wrong.
With Kate Bishop.
Hey, listen, I love seeing Kate Bishop at the end. Yes, that's right. I'm competing against RJ for Haley Steinfeld's affection. But still, it's like, when are we going to get this project? That's what I was saying before. When are we going to get this stuff? It's a great setup, but
and the mid-credit scene, we get to see that Monica Rambeau ends up in one of the X-Men's universe with Beast.
Oh my goodness.
And her mother, but not her mother, who's
I love seeing Kelsey Grammer as Beast. Now, first of all, I'm going to say this. When he first appeared, I was like cheering. My mom laughed, but she thought it was Nick Fury turned into a blue animal. I was like, no, that's Beast from the X-Men movies because she didn't watch the original X-Men movies. So I was like, no, that's Kelsey Grammer as Beast from the original X-Men movies. They're in the X-Men universe now.
Oh, one of the universes, because I don't like me and Degrassi. We're discussing this privately in the DMs, but it's not really a private thing. It could be. We're kind of confused like what universe it is because we kind of believe. I don't think it's A38 universe because they didn't mention Professor Xavier and Monica Rambeau's character had the white costume and all of that. As we saw in A3 universe, Monica Rambeau's character was dressed like Captain Marvel basically is. Right, and Professor Xavier White was like alive but died, obviously. So I don't think it's the same universe as 838. What do you think?
I agree with Dial. Beast looks so good in that post-credit scene.
Yeah, he did.
Is it sad that it's kind of sad that that's the highlight of this movie? Like, yeah, the X-Men are gonna cross over at some point.
Yeah.
Yay! Bring back Patrick Stewart. Bring on some more Hugh Jackman.
Hey, Jacob. It is a setup for Secret Wars. No, they're not.
But here's the thing. It is a setup for Secret Wars. If anything, it seems like they're going with the old cast instead of the 2010s cast. If that's true, because they could have also have gotten the Beast from the newer films.
Nicholas Hoult. Yeah.
They could have done that, so no, I'm glad they're kind of showing.
I have a question for you guys: is Beast really a mutant? Because there's sometimes Beast has been known, like Hank McCoy has been known, because sometimes there's been where Hank McCoy takes some form of chemical or whatever, he drinks it, and that's how he becomes Beast. He never had the same incarnation as a Beast. He never really had the mutant gene in him. If I'm correct.
Well, here's another thing. This kind of confirms we're dodging a bullet by not having Jennifer Lawrence's Mystique return.
No, she doesn't want to do that.
And listen. I am a fan of Jennifer Lawrence. I've been rewatching The Hunger Games. She's fantastic in the Hunger Games movies. But she started phoning it in as Mystique in Days of Future Past and Apocalypse.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, but it's great to see Beast and Binary. I think we don't. I don't think it's 838. Uh, I don't think I don't think these X-Men are going to be the X-Men going forward once Secret Wars is over with. I think you go with the younger cast, get some mileage out of them. This is just for Secret Wars, I think it's just paying an homage to the original actors who played the characters before. Marvel likes to do that. Disney DC likes to do that at times. So I think it's out of respect, right? It's right. And then
Well,
once
here's the
this
thing.
multiverse saga's done, they could go.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I think like these characters are just going to be cameos in Secret Wars. Like you're going to see them in the background, like fighting, and be like we are the Avengers and X-Men of the multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
Din din
Oh,
din din.
shit. I hate the phone. Oh.
I mean, here's the thing. They're
crap.
talking about bringing back the original cast. Give us a scene of Robert Downey Jr. with Kelsey Grammer.
Oh my god.
Like, imagine that. Like,
Okay, thank you, Dio. It's great. Yeah, like he did like a different beast from 2006.
he kind of looked more similar
Yeah.
to the Beast that he was in the end of Days of Future Past. You know, glasses on, dressed up. He's like,
Yeah.
Warren Logan.
Apparently, it's the X-Men 97 beast or from the show. I guess that means the X-Men 92 animated show from the early 90s is technically canon now, I guess. Keep it.
So wait a minute. Does that mean like the animated Marvel universe from the 90s is canon?
Does that mean Spider-Man is canon? Because he interacted with the X-Men. That's
Oh
Spider-Man.
my goodness! No, that Spider-Man show was the thing back in the
And
day.
then you had also you're right. You had Captain America. You had the Fantastic Four. You had Iron Man. You had Doctor Strange. All those characters. Yeah.
Hey, listen, if they're looking for someone to play a live-action Spider-Man 1990s, I'm available, Marvel. I'm available. Give me my chance to shine. I don't care if he was from the 90s. Listen, I can get dressed in 90s clothes and be a 90s Peter Parker and say some of those cool cheesy lines from the 90s show.
Uh-huh. It could be a different timeline. Yeah, we'll know. We'll know. We're not going to get answers in Echo. I don't think Echo is going to answer any of this. I think, like I said, Echo is going to be based on Marvel Spotlight, and Marvel Spotlight is going to be more
Echo's a
smaller
grounded
scale.
Yeah, it's a grounded project. I
See,
feel like
you don't need
you
don't need every hero to be involved in the bigger, grander schemes.
I feel like we might get some answers with Deadpool 3, but we might not get full answers.
Yeah. Loki was good. Loki was a good episode, good finale season. Tom Hiddleston looks like he's done. He kind of said it on Jimmy Fallon. 14 years. I can't believe he's been with Marvel for 14 years. Because 2009 when he was cast as Loki.
Yeah, he was cast because I think the movie was supposed to come out in 2010, but then it got delayed.
Okay, yeah, it came out 2011. So, well, that's 14 years, 2023 to 2009. He looks like he's done. I'm glad he's,
He ended on a high note, though.
Yeah. You always want to end up on a high note, right?
Yeah.
See,
we're gonna get more questions.
Don't do this to me. Don't do this to us.
So wait a minute. It's gonna be like Dragon Ball Z. Now that Deadpool is now in the MCU along with Wolverine, the question remains: what will the X-Men do?
Yo, Dragon Ball did a multiverse stuff.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Super. Wait, actually, no, it was Dragon Ball Z, the Cell Saga.
Time travel.
Yeah, time travel, because it created different universes. It didn't fix the future; it created another universe.
Yeah.
Will Deadpool solve the mystery of the multiverse? Will any other heroes
The
come
Super
back?
got involved.
Yep. Find out on the next episode of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Doo-doo-doo.
Damn it! We need answers, Degrassi.
You know,
You're not that smart.
Speaking of Dragon Ball Z, if Vegeta was on that singing planet, he would have been like, "Why are all you people singing? This looks like one of those dumb Disney movies."
Stop singing! I'll blast you all.
He's like, "I'm in a Disney nightmare that Bulma is showing me."
You know, so weird. Captain Marvel was kind of taking a beating from Darth Bar, where Captain Marvel we would not face from a headbutt from Thanos.
Oh my. Yo, people actually cheer for that scene when Thanos hit Captain Marvel. It's like totally worth it if he wipes out everyone.
Yeah.
Totally worth it.
It's funny though. Like, I don't know. They conditioned us, Degrassi. Yeah, so we are getting 2025. We are getting a lot of comic book movies. I'll briefly name them off because I kind of memorized them. Fantastic Four, Blade, Captain America, and Thunderbolts. Not necessarily in order of release dates. I just off the top of my head. That's from Marvel. And we got the DC stuff, Superman, and Batman, the Batman, plus DC might maybe a couple shows in 2025. Now, Creature Commandos is 2024, but for DC, what's on the plan on TV side for 2025? Peacemaker season 2, Waller, Lantern, Booster Gold. What do you think?
Probably gonna be Waller. I think Waller is gonna be the big priority for shows first.
Yeah.
I think Peacemaker.
Yeah, sure.
I think Peacemaker is looking for a 2026 release date.
Oh, I think the Penguin will come out next year too. Don't worry.
Yeah, Penguin. See, here's the thing. It looks like 2025 is going to be Superman and Batman's year. I mean, James Gunn's directing Superman. We trust Matt Reeves with Batman.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a very interesting year, 2025.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, we have no idea when Beyond the Spider-Verse is coming out.
I still think I think it's coming out next year.
I think if it's gonna come out next year, it's gonna be late 2024. I can see it coming out in 2025.
Yeah. That's what I think. Late 2024.
That's the earliest.
I'm not talking about December because of Avatar. Do you don't want a copy of Avatar?
No, Avatar comes out in 2025.
Oh, really?
And yeah, so now and also I think because Thunderbolts is
Avatar
now
3?
July 2020. You know, I think it got delayed when Thunderbolts originally took over the release date.
Okay.
Now Thunderbolts is coming out in July 2025.
Okay, that makes sense. But because that left off with a great cliffhanger, that Across the Spider-Verse.
Yo, it has to come. It has to come out by 2025. I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean that and Mission Impossible, they need to conclude. We want to see the conclusions. It's bad enough that Mission Impossible got delayed to 2025.
Yes. Two movies, 2 shows a year from DC Studio. For sure. Oh yeah, probably most release dates are probably for Marvel. They're always placeholder dates, right? Right now, now what else is there to talk about? There's a lot of Marvel stuff coming up in late 2023, early 2024. We got a couple shows. We got What If, X-Men 97, we got Echo. Uh, Echo, yeah, people were hyped up for Echo, right? Because the trailer looked good,
I mean, the trailer
despite people
looks
having
good,
no interest before.
but that's another thing that we've grown wiser of. Good trailers don't mean good stuff.
Oh yeah, look everybody marking out for the Zack Snyder trailer that dropped today for Rebel Moon.
I didn't even see that trailer. I was like, you know what? And I was actually thinking about this before for some reason. My life all of a sudden feels a lot more peaceful without hearing Zack Snyder.
Oh,
I haven't even paid any attention to any of his fans or whatever. It's like there's a silence that I
no, they're
didn't
a little bit
realize.
back. They're still around. I seen them like today actually.
But it's like,
Still at it though.
you know what? I kind of just tune Syl out at this point.
Yeah, me too.
It's like I forgot Syl Abdul even exists. It felt like
Oh,
Doctor Strange erased my memory of Syl Abdul.
he got debunked once again.
Yeah, it's like, because I think at this point people are kind of wise to not really listen to anything he says.
Yeah, only the simps are still following him and still believing his horse shit.
Well, here's the thing, like, and look, rest in peace, Mikey Sutton. Even though I didn't believe any of the stuff that you were saying, but it's like with Mikey no longer around, it's like he doesn't really even have scoops, whether they were true or not, from Mikey to even use anymore. I
Mm-hmm.
think that he took a big hit when Mikey passed away, and it's a sad thing that someone passed away. But still, I think it also hurt his brand a little bit.
Yeah, well, yeah, because Geek Oxley is dead. It's really dead. I'm telling you.
Oh, it doesn't even exist anymore?
It's still around, but hasn't been updated or anything. Like, there's no articles on there.
Yeah, no, I'm on the site right now. The last thing that... Yeah, I think the last thing was from August.
Yeah, August. Yeah, August. Because the guy who wants a site as well.
Yeah, no, the
Dead.
last thing is the tribute to Mikey.
Yeah.
And before that's the Loki season 1 Blu-ray thing. Like I said, it's a sad thing that happened, but I feel like that's kind of hurt the brand.
Yes, it does. They should never shelled this movie. I wanted to see it.
Yeah, no, David Zaslav. Listen, I feel like, they say they want to bring back creators. You're pushing creators away, dude.
Yes. What? They should shelve David Zaslav.
I'll run Warner. I'll run Warner Brothers Discovery.
Yeah. Brave New World they're reshooting January to May. I'm like, wait, this is reshoot? It sounds like a whole new movie.
Apparently, yeah, that's gotta be a scary thing.
Man, I hate to be Anthony Mackie and be like, are you kidding me? For 5 months?
How do you think Harrison Ford probably feels? He's probably
Oh.
phoning it in this movie. He's probably like, we got to do this again?
That's not good, Degrassi. Yeah. But like, come on, like...
This movie belongs in a museum.
They filmed... It's like a 10-month film movie. I knew they were going to do reshoots, but like 5 months of reshoots, it's crazy. That's a whole new movie. That's really a whole new movie. I don't think I would not be happy with that. I would not obviously not be happy. Not happy with that.
Yeah, if I'm the film stars, I'd be like, what the heck are we doing?
Yeah. It's gonna be like oh, I was committed to do this movie or this TV show. Now I can't because of this.
Yeah, because like these actors have other projects they want to do.
You can sell the whip. You can sell them to the Whippiverse.
Oh my goodness, Anthony Mackie joined the Rippaverse. Oh my god.
shut up. It's Isom. Big Bus Bunny is the biggest. As Isom? No. As Isom, he's gonna play Isom Knox, the character. Can you imagine? Brie Larson is gonna play that character Yara, whatever her name is, Yara.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry. I gotta say, like, oh, my arm is killing me. My arm's been bothering me for a few days. Not bad as it was the past few days, but still needs to recover. Now I seen like now I seen Plum reviewers on YouTube not liking this movie. I know from Christian Harloff did not like it. I know Jeremy Johns did not like it. I know that a lot of the people like.
I mean, I can tell Chris Stuckman didn't like it because
Yeah.
he didn't do a review on it. He's only reviewing movies that he likes now.
Yeah.
I don't think Sean Chandler cared much for it.
Degrassi, here's the thing. We'll never see an Isom movie. Sean Chandler? Chandler's now in Campia now, apparently. Is that true?
Wait, what?
Is it true Sean Chandler's collaborating with Campia now?
Oh, I have no idea.
Really?
Well, actually, no. Isom will be made by the Daily Wire. You know, they make movies
That's
now.
most likely, yeah.
I mean, they're making movies with Gina Carano. Yo, I bet you Gina Carano will get some kind of role in Isom.
Oh God.
And then we'll hear Ben Shapiro's review on it.
Oh God. Heel versus Babyface at the Isom premiere. Oh God, can he even fit into it?
Well, how about Jeremy Griggs?
Oh.
What's up, geeks and gamers? This is Jeremy coming to you at the Isom premiere. I'm going to talk to producer Eric July about his upcoming movie.
If Eric July is a producer, you know that movie's not good.
I mean, let's be real here. A lot of these people, like a lot of these people who these movies are based on their work, they become producers.
Eric July would write his own. Eric July would write the script to that movie. Okay, he would write everything to that movie. That's Eric July. He would want to direct it too. But no, this is what Isom would do. Action. Action. Cut. No, Isom would not do that.
Oh my god. You ever see Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back and you see the director that Chris Rock is playing? Chakalutha King.
Funny. Yeah.
That would be Eric July. He'd be like, I'm the director. This is my production. I ain't gonna let no woke producer tell me what to do. Like he'll be like the opposite of the director from Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Eric July is the type of guy who would go to everybody's house who would dislike his movie. Remember in Jay and Silent Bob when they did that? That's Eric July. Rip-Up versus animated movies. I'm doing this because to take down DC and Marvel.
Oh my goodness.
I created this Rippaverse, this comic book universe to take down DC and Marvel. I'm like,
my universe.
Yeah. Good luck with that. DC and Marvel's not just a bunch of comics. They have a bunch of other stuff too, man. Good luck with that. Good luck with them. There's a bunch of other independent comic book companies out there that are successful too. That people don't talk about as much. But you're here to take down DC and Marvel. Guess what? The Boys is not DC and Marvel. Invincible is not DC and Marvel.
Yeah, that's like really good stuff. And it's like, but my stuff. He's probably gonna be like, my stuff is actually anti-woke.
Yeah. I haven't seen this. Is it good? 2024. Dune's gonna make money. I don't know how much.
Dune,
but it's gonna make money.
I think Dune, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes are gonna make more money than expected.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm curious how Beetlejuice 2's box office is gonna look.
Oh, Beetlejuice. I mean, I think it'll do well. Well, I mean, Jenna Ortega's like.
I mean, Jenna Ortega's popular. I mean, people still like Michael Keaton. The thing is, it's like Tim Burton. It's like, this is a Tim Burton movie. Tim Burton hasn't been the best lately. But on the other hand, it's Beetlejuice. It's a legacy sequel.
Beetlejuice's sequel has been in the works for like 30 years.
Yo, like I'm so glad this movie's finally coming out. It's like, want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
He's gonna be the hero in this movie. Right? He's gonna be a good guy in this movie, right?
He probably will be.
I think
It's like,
yeah, he's gonna be a good guy in this movie.
And then obviously this movie's obviously gonna have some noticeable absences.
Oh, I see. See the okay, it makes sense. Beetlejuice. But yeah, Gina Davis and Adam Baldwin.
Baldwin. Ah, what? I really
That's folding it in. That Loki is not folding it in, man. If he folded it in, that's pretty good acting for folding it in. You got to admit. If
No, I can literally see if Keaton came back to play Vulture, him phoning it in for Vulture.
Yeah, I think there's a rumor going around Vultures may come back for Spider-Man 5, and I'm like, what's the point of transporting him into the universe?
The Morbius universe is just an alternate universe. Well, maybe it's an alternate Vulture, Michael Keaton Vulture that went in that universe.
Now, because now, next year we're getting next February we're getting Madam Reb.
Ugh. We got Craven in August. We got Venom in November. I don't know why they just don't have. I'm surprised they don't have Venom come out in October.
They haven't even started filming Venom. They have to start filming Venom, and we don't even know who the villain is in Venom. Tell us who the villain is.
What?
Bellucci, yeah, I know who Bellucci is. Yeah, what's her name? Monica Bellucci. Yeah, Craven. They should never have pushed back a year.
Oh man, Craven's gonna be one. You know what? I like dogpiling on these Sony movies, but it's like I gotta see Craven. I need to see exactly what idea they thought was good enough to give this character a movie, instead of just having him be a villain in a Spider-Man movie.
Oh yeah. Venom 3? Oh yeah, Juno Temple is in Venom 3. Yeah, you're right. Wait, is that? Oh, they got the actor who played Mordo in Venom 3. What's the name? Yeah, they got the actor who played Mordo in Venom 3. I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't know they did that. Wow. What else? We got some. What else is there? I mean, I did not see this. You know what's funny? I did the Frozen Empire trailer for Ghostbusters. I showed it on video, as an upload. I did not get hit by Sony. Sony did not flag me or did not copyright me.
Oh wow!
You usually do.
Yeah, Sony's usually strict with that stuff.
Oh yeah. It's free promotion, Sony. Free promotion. Defoe. Defoe. Oh, I like. I know this. Me and Blindest said they should have a Batman, not the Batman, but Batman make a small appearance or some sort of appearance in some way in Superman Legacy. You get people talking, get people invested. And I don't think if they do with Comic Con 2024, if they do talk about Batman the Brave and the Bold, I suggest to skip it. Skip announcing a Batman the Brave and the Bold 2024 about who's going to be Batman. Have the actor in place for Superman Legacy at the end after credit scene. Then 2025 Comic Con announce who Batman is. For
That
Brave
could
and the
work.
Bold.
That
Yeah.
could probably work.
Let's work the suspense, you know? Let's do some suspense. Oh, what? Oh, okay. I know what you mean, Degrassi. I was blanking on a second. I remember now. Yeah. And have now I'm curious to when the Batman 2 starts moving along because I know they're starting to film very soon. God, I wonder who the villain is. I'm so desperate to know who the villain is. Please give us a villain. I feel like we're not going to know until after Penguin. But I want to know who the villain is. Really?
Dun. Yeah, I still love that first Batman trailer, the Batman trailer from like 2020.
Oh yeah, that was like 10%, 20% done.
Yeah, and and yet it's like this is cinema,
Oh yeah.
and it ended up being cinema. Tyrese Maxey like scored 45 points. Yo, how is it that the 76ers are like all of a sudden a title contender without James Harden?
Did you hear about Kelly Oubre?
Oh yeah. Oh man, that is just crazy.
Oh, he was doing well too, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, he got like somebody hit him in the stomach with a car. Like, what's the details to that? Like, what exactly happened? Like, it's bad. Like, he's done for the year. That could be career-ending, man. Life and career-ending injury. Like what happened to Kelly Oubre? Yeah, but you're right. The Sixers look free, man. They look free from Harden. Like they look alive.
They look like they're having fun. It's like, yeah, we can have fun playing basketball again.
Yeah, like no Harden anymore. No,
you could be my.
We can breathe again. You know, we can breathe.
You can finally.
And the Clippers are doing a crap of Harden.
Oh my goodness! Oh, the Clippers, the biggest disaster I've seen this season so far.
People predicted it.
Yo, it was never gonna work out. You got 4 guys that need the ball in their hand.
Hush and Hugo Strange. Okay, thank you. 4 balls, yeah.
You got one guy who's basically street clothes 2.0. You got one guy who plays PG-13 level basketball during the regular season, but then goes down to PG rated. Actually, you know what? He doesn't even go PG. He goes G rated in the playoffs. You got a guy that shoots bricks, and then you got a guy that basically will give up on his team after the season.
Yeah. James Harden thinks he's still a superstar. That's the problem.
Here's the thing. James Harden, this is the problem with certain guys that score a lot in their careers. When it's time to like make sacrifices, they don't sacrifice. Carmelo Anthony and Allen Iverson went through the same thing.
Yeah. Allen Iverson's been on a lot of bad Sixer teams. A lot of them.
It's like he's not in the same shape that Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and LeBron James are, where they're still playing at a high level at an old age.
No.
He no longer at that level. You know, the one thing I will say about Westbrook at least knows that, yeah, I'm
Durant's as old as Harden. They're both around the same age.
Yeah, but it's like he ain't the consistent. He's never he's not as
because Harden doesn't condition him very well.
Like I know people complain, Kevin Durant gets injured a lot. He's so skinny, but he stays.
Yeah, but at least he tries to keep in good shape.
he stays in shape. Same thing with Steph Curry.
Why do you think
That's
he's successful with LeBron James?
that's why Steph Curry is so unstoppable still at an older age. Why do you think LeBron is still unstoppable at an old age? Because they take good care of themselves.
You could
And
you could still be really, really good at 37, 38 if you stay in good shape.
The thing is, this is the problem James Harden does. He starts getting out of shape when he wants to leave the team. And then it's like you got to get yourself back into shape. And by the time he gets himself back into shape, he's going to be bored of the Clippers.
He's gonna, yeah. I agree with you 100%, DeGrasse. It has to be focused on Batman, obviously. But I agree. I agree with you. Like, it's hard to play winning basketball. Okay. He doesn't play winning basketball. Yeah, he gets average like 10 assists a game. But you know what? There's a lot of players like Russell Westbrook does not play winning basketball either, and he averaged like 10 assists a game.
But well, here's the thing. This is not Kevin Durant. This is what James Harden is. He will never find basketball happiness. He was given everything in Houston. He was given Dwight Howard. He was given all these three-point shooters. Chris Paul, Westbrook. Couldn't get it done. He was miserable. Then he's traded to Brooklyn with
Durant,
KD
Irving. I know there's injuries involved.
But here's the thing, like that playoff series,
his best chance to win was in Brooklyn.
His best chance was to win in 2021. And the thing is, he did not show up in those playoffs.
No.
And the thing is,
Kyrie and Durant show up in playoffs.
I think the team, and I'm not the biggest fan of Kyrie Irving, but if it was the opposite way and Kyrie was healthy and James Harden wasn't, Brooklyn would have won the championship that year.
Oh, yeah.
And look, and don't get me wrong, I'm glad Milwaukee won it that year because I was rooting for them secretly. But let's be real here. If it was Kyrie that was healthy and not James Harden, Brooklyn Nets would be winning the championship. And the team would never have split up.
Giant clay monsters. That's funny.
So you're unhappy in Brooklyn. You get traded to Philly. You're playing with the second best big man in the game, the MVP, and you still ain't happy. And the thing is that you have a chance to win this series, and you don't even utilize it.
And look at the record right now. What is the record?
Well, I mean, I saw the 76ers. They're 7-1.
Yeah, Sixers and Boston look really good. Boston especially. Boston's my favorite to win in the East.
Boston's probably going to win the whole thing.
Yeah, they're that good, man.
I mean, listen, Tatum's unstoppable. Porzingis has been playing pretty good. Al Horford has accepted his 6th Man of the Year role pretty well. Drew Holiday's change is an upgrade over Marcus Smart.
Much bigger upgrade. Marcus Smart's just a good defender.
Yeah, but like Drew Holiday can average like 16 to 18 points a game.
Yeah,
those are still all-star scoring numbers.
The hell are the Clippers on here? You
see, like Memphis, how awful they are.
Well, they don't have like their best players.
But here's the thing: like even when Ja Morant was not healthy a couple seasons ago, they were winning games. This year, they're just like,
yeah, they're 3-5.
Dylan Brooks' new team is doing much better.
Yeah,
Houston.
Like Paul George is averaging like 23 points. Kawhi Leonard is averaging 22. Those are career lows for Kawhi. I mean, well, they're not career. Well, when Kawhi was coming in the league, he had career lows in points, but like 22 is not good. And Paul George is averaging 23 points.
I mean, that's pretty good for Paul George.
And like James Harden is averaging not even 10 assists a game. He's averaging like 4.7 assists a game.
Here's the thing: the Clippers. The Clippers' best chance to win it all was 2020, in my opinion. That was their best chance. Kawhi Leonard was healthy. Like they actually had a much deeper team. But guess what? They lost. They gave up a 3-1 lead to a Denver Nuggets team that is not the Denver Nuggets team that we have right now. That's a championship team.
Clippers have the talent. The Clippers, in my opinion, in the West, have the best talent to compete for a championship. It's just that they don't go well. Like they don't work well together. That's my problem with the Clippers.
But like here's the thing. That they should have won it in 2020 because now look what's happened. Phoenix is emerging. Denver has already emerged. They lost to a Denver team that was not championship ready. Denver has now won the championship, and they are still the best team in the West.
Yeah.
Now things can shift because Jamal Murray's gonna be out for a few weeks. But are things going to be that drastic? There's none of the other teams in the West. I mean, Dallas has been a surprise,
but they lost to the Raptors.
But still, like they've been playing pretty good. I'm going to be honest.
I don't believe in Dallas because I don't believe in Doncic and Kyrie in the playoffs.
Well, here's the thing. I think regular season they'll be fine. I have Luka winning the MVP this season.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna come back strong this regular season, which he has so far.
Doncic should stop bitching all the time. He complains on every single play. Stop bitching. Like, oh my God, he complains on every single play, Doncic. I just find it funny the Lakers sent like a memo to the NBA that LeBron James is getting fouled here and here. I'm like, stop bitching! Everybody gets fouled in the NBA. Relax. Like, but yeah, Doncic. The thing is that backcourt cannot defend though. Doncic and Kyrie can't defend, and I don't know why Doncic can't defend. He's a pretty big guy for a guard. He should have length that could defend. Maybe he's just lazy. I don't know. Laziness. I don't know. Maybe he's focused too much on offense. He doesn't care about defending. Yeah, but Boston looks like the best team in the league right now. What was I going to say? Come on, Degrassi. Open up your mind. Okay? Have imagination. Freeze, come on. You don't want Mr. Freeze? You don't want Clayface? You don't want Poison Ivy? Let's see what's else today. Okay, well, I'm gonna end it here. Yeah. So, George, go ahead and plug yourself.
Oh, hold on. I gotta like charge my thing, but I'll say before I start plugging my stuff, and you can find me at the George. I did a review on the Marvels today. I did a shorter stream yesterday on the strike ending on the issues with Marvel and talked a little bit of Zelda. And I've also been reviewing Hunger Games movies. My subscriber count's actually been climbing since I've kind of started doing Hunger Games stuff. So next weekend, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes comes out, so I'll be reviewing that. I plan on doing one video on both parts of Mockingjay. I don't know when that review is going to come out. It could come out right before my Ballad of Songbirds review, or it could come out right after. It depends on how much time I have to see both movies before I see Ballad of Songbirds, but it's definitely going to come out like at some point this November. I'm not too concerned because this is a prequel to Hunger Games. It's not like a sequel to Mockingjay. But yeah, I'll put my link in. And yeah, after losing a few subscribers, I've gained a lot more subscribers. So I'm starting to climb back up.
Good to hear. Work your way up. Good to hear.
Yeah. And maybe at the beginning of December, I'll do how the NBA season's looking so far kind of stream.
George, are you gonna do when the tournament happens? I mean, the tournament's happening now, but when we get to the actual real tournament, are you gonna do like a preview on that?
I honestly don't know. I don't know.
I might. When we get to like who's going to Vegas and all, I gotta say, the tournament courts are not that good. You know, they had a specialized courts for the tournament games. They're not that good. They're horrible. But yeah, go follow George.
And also, I'll actually put the Movie Nerd site because
go ahead.
For the Movie Nerds, I just did an article on the actor strike ending. I'm doing a written review for the Marvels, and I'm also going to be doing an article on the Hunger Games franchise, why I like it a lot.
Sorry.
So I'll put the movie nerds in because we're trying to get more articles in after taking a little break, and I want to get more traffic onto the site. And also, don't just read my stuff. Read my friend's stuff as well. My friend also writes articles and reviews when he's got the chance to.
All right. For me, look out for videos and streams. I've been uploading a lot more videos lately on this channel, as you can tell. Continue to see that. All right. I'll go follow the Movie Nerds, their website right there. George and his friends. They write for that site, all entertainment stuff. But yeah, for me, just be checking out for uploads on videos and streams. Something drops or whatever, news, whatever, news trailers, whatever drops. If I'm interested in talking about it, I'll upload a video and I'll say my thoughts, my opinion, or just the news and not give my thoughts and opinion, just whatever. And yeah, because I really don't have anything that works right now, but whatever. Maybe like, share, subscribe, comment below. Thank you guys.
Peace.